evening and welcome to tonight's stream. Well, I'm going to be chilling out by myself probably here on the multiplayer map. I'm not at all bothered by that, honestly. I've had enough stress and hassle today that I kind of just want to just chill out by myself, you know, play on a map without any issues, without any problems. And he says, as he says that, he notices straight away that the webcam is broken. Why is the webcam broken? Well, because I've deactivated a whole bunch of stuff. That one. That one. It was that button. The auto exposure button is the one that needs to be fixed. Right. It is no longer raining. It's not raining. It was raining. Had he been logged in today? I know Mr. Helgi was in earlier. I assumed it was raining, so he couldn't have done a lot on the old server. And I doubt he was on long enough that he's managed to play through a whole entire day. Because he kept having crashes and stuff. We've also got €1 million in the account. Where's all that money come from? What have they been selling? Biogas plant income, 174,000. What have they been selling? Selling all the stuff. Please. They've been selling. There's only trouble, you see. You play on multiplayer, and no one tells you what they've done. That's moved. I didn't park that there. I'm a bit concerned. Both harvesters are here as well. That's a worry, because they shouldn't be. I don't know what's happening. I honestly don't. I don't know what's going on. Don't know why there's a random corn header just left here. And that's my corn header. I'm the only one that uses a header on a trailer like that. Someone's been using my harvester. Right. That can go there. I'm going to configure it. Straw. Pig food. should be wood chips, I'm going to guess. Bugger. I just reset all of that. Probably have. Right, well, we'll do that wood chips. Half. Porridge. Pig food. Little mix ration. Grass. Oh. Where's chaff on there? Chaff's down there. No, we'll do it forage. Chaff. Chips and manure. Go. Right, so I need to get my harvester then. I need to set that header back. I'm going to slow down time whilst I'm sorting everything out. Which is my harvester for a start? Is it that one? 5.1 hours. We're probably parking the harvester so close to the wall, can't get in and out of them. 14.2. Right, so that's Mr. Helgi's harvester. This one is mine. I'll tell you what, shall we take my harvester and park it where it's supposed to be? Which is over on field 29. I don't know what they've been selling. Maybe field 22. They've sold the crops off field 22 by the looks of that. Now field 6. Possibly. Whoever's used this done a terrible job of putting this header back on this trailer. For a start, it looks like they've put the header on from the wrong side of the trailer. For a start, that's where they've gone wrong. Plus you need to fold the header up. Fucking about on the server. Well, I don't need to ask that question. I know who it will be. It'll be Jacob who does it. And honestly, as bad as it sounds, we may have to think about removing his access to the server because he's just not good enough. He's just not a good enough player. He requires too much flipping micromanaging. I don't want players on the server who constantly need to be told what to do and constantly have to be checked to make sure they're doing what they've been told to do correctly. You know, it's not fun for the other players having to keep checking on it. You know, you should be able to freaking play the game. You know, if he's playing single player, How does he know what to do when he logs into a game? How does he know what he's got to do when he logs in? You apply that same method to multiplayer. Oh no. No. There is a way to do this. I'm not going to rescue that header though. Why? Can you join voice chat? No, I'm not joining voice chat tonight, Jacob. I just want to be able to chill out for a couple of hours and play the game. I've had enough stress today. Kind of why I went offline in Discord and on everything else, because I just don't want to be disturbed. And who's driven all over that field and caused crop destruction? Seriously, can people not use the roads on the map? See, this is the thing that's really starting to piss me off now. What people are supposed to be sensible on the server, and yet people are flipping just messing around causing trouble. Is that the right? That's the wrong way up, isn't it? I have to move that header manually. Flipping road sign. I thought I disabled the collisions on the road signs, but I'm guessing I didn't. But when I updated the map the other night, I'd been round and disabled all the road sign collisions. Unless the poles are separate from the bits on the top. Right. But where's all the money come from? But what's been happening today whilst I've been offline? We didn't have 1 million last night and it was raining. Where's the rain gone? We sell the... What silage? What silage? Don't join the server. I said I wanted to be on my own tonight. I just wanted to play on my own. I don't want any hassles. I don't want anybody bothering me. I want to be the most antisocial social media person tonight, if that makes sense. But I hope people weren't selling, because you need the silage to feed the cows and stuff. Silage is not something we want to be selling. And that header's not on there very great. This is a class header trailer. These headers do not seem to want to go on here very well. That's not... Ooh, this isn't going to be a pain. I mean, that's the right way. It can only go on that way. It's got to go through them bits in the middle. That's it. Right then, so let's have a look. Right, there's a couple of fields that are going to need harvesting. Don't really fancy doing harvesting though. I want to just do something that's chilled out. I might grab myself a plough and have a bit of a play around over here and see what I can create field-wise. And I'm not going to answer that question. If anybody asks me what needs doing on the farm, I'm just going to ignore them from now on. Everyone can look at the map themselves and figure out what needs to be done. And then they should go and do it. And they should also check the map constantly while they're doing it to make sure they do it properly. Grab this machine here. It's a shame we don't have a bigger plough. That Kate, was it the John Deere disc thing came out this afternoon? Didn't it? Is that a plough? Is that classed as a plough or a cultivator? By the game. Or is it like the case one that's classed as a subsoiler? Got a case one that is a subsoiler. So basically, I'm gonna be messing about with these fields, I think. I'm going to probably put new edges on it straight away. Same with the one down at the bottom. What have I done there? Right, let's get the grass tool. Here. I'm going to paint over all this area here, because I know this area was supposed to have the sheep in it, but we're not We might, well, we could have free range sheep, but then they're going to be wandering all over our fields. So inclined as to mess around with that aspect. Good thing is, by doing this, I can put new edges on this field, miles away from the road, so there's not going to be any risk of anybody causing crop destruction. I'm going to have to flip in, do that because I got a bit crazy with the paintbrush. I'm then going to go up here. Oh. Went quite a bit from this house here. There's a little road that runs right the way down here. We keep that little road. Basically do that to there. Right, that's done. Okay. Having a quick look around the map. Anything? Ah, Mr. Jacobs logged off then. Okay. So I've got the whole server to myself. I've got the whole wide server to myself. So there's a prime example. You know, you tell a player, right, figure out what needs doing and then do it, and instead they log off. Like I said, I'm not here to tell people what to do all the time. People are supposed to be able to log into this server, know what they're doing, and go and do it. And have fun doing it. They don't need me constantly telling them what to do. And I don't want to be someone who's constantly telling people what to do. I'd sooner people just log in and play. And like me tonight, I'm just logging in and I'm playing. And I'm going to have fun doing what I'm doing, which is making a new field. A jumbo, massive, enormous field, which is then going to be the field we plant cotton on, or I will plant cotton on, and then I will probably harvest the cotton. Lando Norris has gone offline again. Quick, let me quick. Streamer mode. Switch that on. There we go. Streamer mode. So he's actually left my server. So Jacob's left the server. Fair enough, Jacob. Bye, Jacob. He does that a lot. So he'll probably not play again, I wouldn't imagine. Which probably isn't going to disappoint Mr. Helgi, because I could sense Mr. Helgi was getting a little bit annoyed the other night. I'll leave that there in case Mr. Helgi or someone wants to pop in. Mr. Helgi's playing Truck Simulator, so he's probably done farming for the day. Paint this as well. This is all part of the same grass field. I want to make sure I remove any... Oh well, I want an area where there isn't no grass field. Obviously. Be heading off down here. I'll just redo this bit over here. There we go. Perfection. Perfection. Harvesting all the fields is what I like. Harvesting all the fields is what I'm ploughing. That's what I'm doing. I'm ploughing. Making a brand new super field. Don't want to go too far back. I'm enjoying making this one big field. I'm sure no one's going to like working it. Basically fields 22, 23 and 32 are all becoming one on this map. Might just have to repaint this little area over here though. Where we've got loads of stuff. Repainted that back in. I have. Do you know what I think will be funny? If I buy some sheep and have them running loose on this map. Have them running loose all over the field. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Have sheep getting in the way when you're harvesting. Also thinking as well that fields 9 and 10 here are going to be made into part of field 7 and 12. Make that field better. I'm driving. Oh yeah, big field this. This will definitely be our largest field area. Be able to do some serious harvests on this when we get going. Just to see it now, Mr. Helge's going to do sunflowers. He's probably going to do oats. He's going to get some massive yield. For some reason, sometimes the cruise control just cuts out on its own. Well, that's about. Because I've not got GPS on, so I'm not doing like headland stop or anything. And yeah, I wonder if the I can't remember what that John Deere disc, the one that's been released today on the Mod Hub by Custom Modding, I don't know what category that falls into. Might just be classed as a disc harrow. But I've also recently downloaded a case, like similar mod, case disc thing. And those ones act like subsoilers. So you can use them instead of a plough to remove the need to plough a field. Obviously it wouldn't help me at this moment in time doing this job, because I do need to plough this field to create the field, but once the field is created you could use a subsoiler on it. And like I say, those discs are pretty good because they're about 12 or 14 metres wide, which is fantastic, because I think the largest subsoiler we can get in game is about 8 metres, which is 2 metres bigger than this plough, but it's a lot slower than this plough, so the extra 2 metres doesn't work for us. Whereas a 14 metre disc that operates at the same speed as the other subsoiler suddenly becomes a very interesting and tempting offer. There's never any contracts on fields 32 or 23. There was a contract on this field 22, but honestly, losing it is not an issue. Losing that one contract from the list of available, there's still plenty of contracts for people who want to do contracts on the map. And field 42 has now been fixed. I've removed the trees, and if you look, there's a lovely mountainside over there now on the edge of the map instead. Means players can actually work that entire field properly. So when you get a contract for harvesting, you can harvest the whole field and correctly finish the correctly finish the contract. I'll probably get this field ploughed. I'll then probably take a break from ploughing. I might have a look at what other things there are to do on the farm for me today. Well, as I know there's like I say, I do know there's harvesting to be done. There's several fields. I might have a look at that. Honestly, I just like being chilled out. I'm just chilling out, unwinding. I've had a bit of a mare of a day recording videos today. I was recording videos for my YouTube series over on my YouTube channel, which if you don't know the YouTube channel, there's a link for the YouTube channel. You know, you're welcome to, you know, go and download that sort of thing from there. Watch the videos. I've had issues with the new straw add-on DLC thing completely messing up on the map that I was playing on, and apparently that's a well-known bug at the minute with that mod. It absolutely messes up maps, doesn't work on some maps at all, causes conflicts with other mods and maps. So apparently it's okay if you start a brand new game, if you find a map that is compatible and you start a brand new save game with the mod installed from the start, it's okay. But if you try adding it to an already existing save game, you run into problems like I had, where stuff that I'd mowed a field and I was waiting for the grass to turn into hay. And when the game loaded up today, I went to the field expecting to find hay to bale or collect, and instead all I found was snow. The straw add-on mod had turned my hay into snow. I'm like, okay, done with that. Done with that mod. I then had an issue with a windrower. I was trying to windrow a field, and my windrower was acting like the potato harvester on this map the other night. It was just flipping, sliding all over the place. Just wasn't stable at all. And I ended up removing it. I ended up having to sell it back at the store and buying a much smaller windrower. Just wouldn't work with the tractor that I was using. It might be the tractor's fault. It might be an issue with that particular tractor mod. There is a bug report about the tractor on the mod hub, which says the rear attachers. There are some issues with the rear attachers, and certainly when I zoomed in with the camera and was like looking at the back of the tractor where it was connecting to the windrower visibly was not connected. It was kind of floating. So maybe it was the tractor's fault and not the windrower, because I have used that particular windrower on other maps and I have used it before and it's never given me any issues before, but because of the issues we had on this map the other night with a potato harvester, it's got me a bit concerned that there might be something wrong with my game. Something's gone wrong with my game somehow. And I don't really... Well, I hope not. Because I certainly don't fancy having to like uninstall it and reinstall it and stuff. I'm just going to keep driving around at this point. Just driving round and round and round and round. Around all this field. Yeah, that's weird. The cruise control keeps stopping at various points on this field. Stop there. I'm not pressing the brake button or anything. Unless my pedals on my steering wheel are giving a ghost signal. Causing the tractor to react. But I've not got the pedals anywhere near me. In fact, I'm going to turn around and put my feet up on the bed just to make sure I can't press the pedals or kick the pedals or anything with the pedals. We're having a nice chilled out evening. What? 8:20? All is right with the world. At least this map and this game is working. Nice. We're going to tomorrow I'm going to stream so much during the day. I haven't decided what yet. I'm going to try and do a day stream tomorrow. I had to take a day today just to do some YouTube recording, so I didn't stream during the day today. But tomorrow I'll be back doing the daytime stream as well as the evening farming stream. I wonder if they mowed the grass on this field. Now that would be silly, wouldn't it? They wouldn't have mowed this field. Would they? Wouldn't have had time, would they? Certainly wouldn't have had enough time to have collected it. That would have took them ages. The grass definitely looks short, as if it has been cut at some point. The grass doesn't wither, so no particular issue with that. What the Wattybot posted about GPS in the chat. No one's put a command for GPS, have they? Also, I'm assuming most people know now that you can download the GPS mod from the mod hub in game. You don't need to go to GitHub anymore. Let's see if I can't bring you guys a little closer to me. Alright. sat quite chilled out from back here. Better. You can see me now. Falling off the bed. Not a different angle. Problem I keep having is I spend so long sat at this computer during the day that then when I do move and I straighten my legs, it seems to upset my knees, and my knees cause me then a load of pain. But the weird thing is, even after I like put my knees then back to being like bent in a normal sitting position, they continue to hurt and throw a wobbly at me. So at that point then it's a case of just do what I can with the legs, because they're gonna complain. But I've got them stretched out now. Hopefully in a few minutes time they'll stop hurting me. Maybe if I can stay in this position for a couple of hours, I'll be okay. I am driving. There's the moped boy. This field is awesome. Field is amazing. Field is fantastic. I need a bit of cedar. Oh yes. Tempted to get myself a interrogator, because then that'll make like fertilising these fields much easier. We've got the traditional bradle currently. Imagine if I bought an actual sprayer. Wouldn't that surprise people, eh? Bought an actual sprayer. Someone released another mod today for slurry tanks on the mod hub. One that was on the back of like your berry tankers and stuff. But unfortunately I think it's only about 12 metres wide, which is about the same as what we've got now. So not really an improvement. If I was to add that mod. I've almost done this whole field. fix the camera a little bit more. This is as close as I can get to playing Farm Sim with my feet up. I can't do a Mr. Helgi and put my feet on my desk because my desk is in front of me. It's too high. I'd be sat near the door of how long my legs are. Gosh. I've plowed the field into a point where there's hardly any, where there's two separate fields now. Right, that bit's done. Have a quick run round now and sort out the last bit. This bit of the field over here. I'm liking it. It's going to be impressive when I'm done. if people think this field's too big, you can maybe revisit it. Maybe split it into 2 fields. He ran out of fuel. Look at that. Awesome. That is. Awesome field. That is beginning to take shape very nicely. I'm going to need to go do some harvesting when I'm done. Some of them fields are starting to get a bit desperate looking. Check something quickly. Want to put my headphones on that way. Then the cable goes down that side of me. Not that I have any game audio enabled. It's purely for if somebody join the Discord chat, which I don't think is going to happen because it's too late now for, I think, Mr. Helgi to join me tonight for any farming sim. Just going to be me playing on my own for the rest of the night. It's no problem, I can get this field finished. What I'm streaming at, is it 1280? Yeah, I'm probably streaming at 1280, 720p. But then I increase the bit rate a bit, so it streams at really high quality at 720. I probably stream at a higher bit rate than you really should for 720, but hey. Should I decide to export the video to YouTube, it looks better than when YouTube does their crappy compression of it. Imagine what it's going to be like having to lime spread this in a few moments. If I decide to do the lime spreading, or if I decide to do, might leave the lime spreading in this field for another time. Go do some of the harvesting that needs to be done. Not entirely sure what the best. I could do it with the paint tool. I could write on this field, like, use the paint tool to write into this field, Mr. Helge's oats. This is the field that Mr. Helge can just plant oats on. Forever. And ever and ever. Be quite nice here. Nice big field. Make some real money off this now. That's that whole field done. Needs lime. The whole field needs lime. So we'll need to do that next time. What I want to know is, why is there wheat here? Or whatever it is. Let me sit up for a minute. Let's repair this. And the plough. Everything's repaired. Everything's looking good. There we go. That's that one done. Right. Next task then. Right, harvesting. Not going to need that header, so I'll chuck that one down there. To be honest, I might just be able to hook up to this first time. Drive out the gate with it, I think. I do believe I've opened up. Where I go? Carried away. Head back over here. Area here. Because I keep getting bumped on that. I don't want to get bumped. Okay, there's already a harvester on this field. Guessing somebody was starting to harvest. And then they just gave up and decided not to bother. So what's the betting? That's Jacob who's nicked my harvester and brought it all the way over here. Instead of using the one that was at the fucking farm anyway. Has he done any harvesting? No, he hasn't. He's just done crop destruction instead. Round of applause. Somebody give that man a round of applause. And he's driven across the corner of this field. Oh. He's done crop destruction, and he's done crop destruction there as well.
Hi, what happened?
Here's Mr. Helgi. Good evening, sir. I'm pleased you made that slightly audible sigh before speaking, because you would have fripped me out of my skin. You'd have just fripped me completely to death at that point.
Watching the television and paused Truck Simulator. What's going on?
I've just done some ploughing and I'm now doing some harvesting. Oh, just done the ploughing on the fields that I'm guessing you harvested earlier. The cornfield. So I've done all that, and now I'm just
harvested it.
Just doing some harvesting on the wheat field.
6.
Field 7 and 12. I'll harvest that, and a couple of the others that have just gone a bit funny orangey coloured, so I figured I need to get them done.
But you wrote that Checo will probably not join us on Farm Sim anymore?
Yeah, I don't think he will.
Why? Did you throw him out?
I didn't throw him out, but put it this way, I wasn't very social with him today.
Yeah, he's a little bit confused, this guy.
I logged on tonight and I noticed you was playing American Truck Sim, so I thought, well, and you've been on the server all afternoon anyway, so I thought Mr. Helgi's probably not going to be playing this evening. So that means there's probably just going to be me playing, which is fine. I'm quite happy with that. It means I can have a nice chilled out evening by myself and just relax, because I've had a bit of
just cut off.
I figured I could have a nice chilled out evening by myself because you were playing American Truck Sim.
Off.
I'm cutting off. Am I? Hello?
No, I'm hearing you now. Back.
You're hearing me. So I figured because you were playing American Truck Sim or Euro Truck Sim, whichever one it was, and the fact that you've played Farm Sim all afternoon, I figured Mr. Helgi's probably done farming for the day, so it means it will just be me on the server tonight by myself, which I'm fine with. I've had a bit of a stressful day. I had some issues this afternoon recording and stuff, and I was ready to throw Farming Simulator and my computer out the window. So I was like, you know what? I'll be quite happy just to have a nice relaxing evening, just doing some farming on a farm and a map that works, you know?
With Checo, relaxing.
Well, that was the thing. Mr. Jacob kept sending me messages on Discord. When are you going to be playing? When are you going to be streaming? When are you going to be playing? And I kind of ignored him. So I actually logged out of the Discord because I noticed the minute I start playing the game, he logs in.
Yeah. Happened to me too.
So I was like, if I log out of the Discord, he can't see when I'm playing. The only problem is, of course, I started streaming. And, of course, he follows me on Twitch, so he got the notification that I was streaming, so of course he come and logged in. Now the problem was obviously I'd logged into the game, and obviously I noticed quite a few things have changed since I played yesterday, like the fact it's not raining, so everybody's obviously done everybody's done quite a lot of work. We've got over £1 million in the bank, so I was like, okay, that's a bit weird. I wonder what everybody's been doing. So of course, whilst I was waiting for the map to load in, I thought I'd have a little run around the map to see if I could see what everybody had been doing. And I noticed there's quite a few fields with crop destruction on them. And I was like, oh God, what's been happening here? Who's been driving over the fields for a start?
When we were on, he behaved and he worked nicely. I did grass mowing, I did selling the digestate from the biogas, that's why we have so much money.
And then
did some contracts. Yeah.
And then I noticed for some weird reason, my harvester was at the main farm along with the corn header and trailer. And I noticed the corn header had been put back on the trailer on the wrong side. which then promptly fell off and flipped me over as I was trying to drive it back to the correct field where it should be parked, over on field 29.
I parked it there.
Oh, you parked it.
I mean, he put the header on, but then he left it and had a problem, and then I thought he put it back, but he didn't. So, but eventually, I put it back on field 29.
Oh well, when I logged in this evening, the header and trailer, corn header and trailer were on field 13.
What?
They were on field 13, and the header was on the wrong side of the trailer. It'd been put on from the wrong side. So of course, as I was trying to drive it back, the first time I went over a bump, the header sort of fell off the trailer. The trailer then went over the header and flipped, and it flipped the harvester as well. So I was having to do the old strong arms trick to try and get everything right side up. And I was like, oh, this is not a good sign. And then I'm saying,
I probably tried to harvest this field here. Oh, and I locked off.
So I was just putting that back. I just got the harvester put back on field 29 when my game says synchronizing data with other players, and I thought to myself, oh, maybe that's Mr. Helgi logging in. That's going to be brilliant. No, it was Jacob logging in.
I actually did work with him. He asked me things. I said, okay, you can harvest field 6. He said, okay, please check that you do everything correctly, and he did. Then I said, you can harvest field 21. It was corn. He took the wrong header there first, so I said, no, take this harvester back to where it came from, and there you find the corn header. And he didn't do it. He didn't know how to do it, so I did, and parked it next to field 21 for harvesting. And then he did the harvest. He did it okay his way, and said, please pick up all the other pieces that you left standing, which he did. Then I put the corn into the pig making machine.
Yep.
And had to bring back the harvester because he didn't manage to do it. And then that was after I collected all the grass from field 32. I said, yeah, I'm logging off. That was about 6 o'clock this evening, yeah, my time.
Well, as I say,
and that was when he probably made some curious stuff.
As I say, as I was driving the combine back to field 29, I noticed there was crop destruction on field 27. I noticed there was crop destruction on field 30. There was crop destruction on field 28. There's quite a bit of crop destruction on field 44, where it looks like someone's nearly driven halfway to the middle of the field.
44?
Yeah, the one which has got 43, sorry.
Yeah, 43. Okay, I didn't notice that.
So I was like, oh God, what has been going on? And of course, by that time, Mr. Jacob had connected to the server, and he was obviously hearing me in the stream. But straight away, the second he logged in, he was like, join the Discord voice channel. And I was like, no, I don't want to join the Discord voice channel.
I tried to talk to him on Discord, and he said he can't log in, and he couldn't talk. He didn't even hear me because I tried to explain to him what to do. You know,
Yeah.
Typing in chat in game is a little bit tedious. So, but he couldn't manage to do it. So with you, his Discord works, but not with me.
Well, I don't know if it worked, because I said to him, I says, I'm not joining the Discord chat. I've said I've logged out of Discord. I says, I just want to have a quiet evening farming by myself. I says, I want to come in, just do a couple of jobs, have a nice quiet evening. Don't want any hassles, don't want any stress. I says, I've had a bad day. I says, forgive me if I'm an antisocial social media person. I said, but that's how it goes. And then, of course, next minute, in-game chat, what jobs need doing on the farm? And I'm like,
That's the same as me. Yeah.
I said, and I said on the stream, I says, I'm not even going to answer that question. I says, everybody should be capable of looking on the map, seeing what jobs need to be done, picking one and going off and doing it. I says, and
Of
then...
course, I mean, it was difficult when it was raining because there was nothing to do. But now that the rain stopped, and it stopped because I forwarded one day after we harvested field 21, which was closed, and I checked all the animals were fine, feeded them, cleaned them, everything. And then with everything ready, and there's plenty of work, like fertilizing, plowing, and everything.
Yeah. I says, everyone's capable of opening the map, looking to see what needs to be done, picking something to do, and going off and doing it. He says, people don't need me constantly telling them what to do. He says, and I don't want to constantly be telling people what to do because that's not fun. He says, and I want people to have fun. I want the people to have fun, and I want to have fun. I says, and also, once someone's picked a job to go and do, they can go and do it, and obviously, whilst they're doing the job, they can keep checking the map to make sure they're doing it properly. Because it's no fun for the other players if they've got to go over and do the job that someone else has done. That's because they've not done it properly. And
Absolutely, yeah.
I says, you've got a map. I says, figure out what needs doing. I says, and just go do something. I says, leave me alone. I'm doing what I'm doing. But the next minute, I noticed on the in-game chat, Jacob had left the server. And then I noticed straight away, he's left the Discord as well. He's not on the Discord anymore.
Yeah.
So, and I quickly checked my Twitch, and he's not following me on Twitch anymore. So I'm thinking I've probably hurt his feelings tonight.
Yeah, but I mean, everything he's starting to do, and then I said, what can you do? I said, take some silage and sell it to the BGA. Then he took a tractor.
Yeah.
And then later I found, because I was then selling it with a truck to the BGA, then I saw a tractor with the trailer full of silage standing on the digestate pickup. I said, there is a tractor here full? Yes. Take it away. I said, take it away. But I don't like the in-game chat all the time, Is field 23, 22, 20, 32, is it one field now?
Yeah.
Because there is a needs line for everything?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing tonight. I've been ploughing.
Okay.
I've made a super duper awesome Uber field.
Okay.
Now, I admit it may be two super duper awesome Uber. So if it does need to be split back up into maybe two fields, then that's something we can look at doing.
That's fine. So field 18, 25, 27, so I do need harvesting, but it's in the second stage only. I might do some fertilizing on 6, 7, and 12.
Well, I'm thinking of doing a little change to 6, 7, and 12, because if you notice, we own fields 9 and 10 now.
Yes.
So I'm thinking of maybe changing the shape of field 12 and rounding it into field 7 a bit more to make that field just a little bit bigger.
6 I can do. Go ahead then with 6. Because 6 is outside, it's on the other side of the road.
Yeah, 6 is fine. 6 is fine, yeah.
Because I did some lime spreading after he harvested it. He did that nicely with a harvester, but maybe when he took the harvester, he did some crop destruction.
It certainly looks that way. But that's the funny thing, because like I say, he's logged on the server this evening, and he's watched the stream. He's watched me struggle to take that harvester and put back on field 29 with the corn header and everything. I've then gone off and got the plough to do the ploughing on field 32 and 22 and what have you. He's obviously then mucked about for a few minutes, because then just now, as I've come to harvest field 7 and 12, I started going around the field and suddenly I ran into the harvester. And I was like, hey, for a minute I thought, have we got a third harvester? Is someone... And no, it wasn't. He's fetched the harvester that I've just took back, brought it all the way back across, so probably done more crop destruction on the way, When he could have just, if he wanted to harvest field 12 and 7, why didn't he use the harvester that was at the shop, at the farm?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, he's obviously a little bit mentally disabled, I don't know. But I mean, if you always have to tell him what to do, it's a struggle. I mean, it's no fun anymore. I mean, we are not here for his entertainment. We want to have fun with the game.
Exactly.
I'm not his teacher or anything.
The bit that annoys me is the fact that you make it quite clear, please don't do something, and he goes and does it.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's like that, like saying to someone, don't put your hand on that, it's hot. So he goes and puts his hand on it. You know, like a typical child. Don't touch that, it's hot, you'll burn yourself. And then, ow, I've burned myself.
Can you fix it? And then he asked us to fix it.
Oh, when he fucking sunk the ferry the other night. Oh my word.
Yeah, I did many runs from the BGA with digestate to the nutrition thing, or what's it called, nursery.
Oh.
And it sold quite good. They paid 1,300 something for the liter. That made
Still
us
connecting
roughly,
it to the little tanker to empty.
Yes.
The little
it
trick,
works.
because that's the only way to get it to work, yeah.
It made us something like 400 to 500,000. And the BGA, of course, paid us out.
Yeah.
Silage, overnight. I mean, then I mowed the grass in very straight lines, and I said, and when he came on, what can you do? I said, you can take the loading wagon, pick up the grass. Where's the loading wagon? Where's the loading? I don't know where the loading wagon is. Trying to find it. Found it. Said, bring the grass to the silage machine.
Yeah.
So it's now full. And the rest I put in the digestate. But he did probably maybe 2 rows,
Yeah.
and that's it. And then he was gone. And I mean, also I had to pick up little bits after him, from the 2 rows, of course, because he was not picking up the whole row. And then in the end, I had to do it myself.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I don't think he understands how much of an issue that causes. And the same as I've tried to explain as well, it's all right logging on the server during the day, but you kind of have to be playing. It's no good if you log on to the server and then just sit here waiting and hoping that Mr. Helgi or me are going to turn up, because all you're doing then is you're running the clock. The clock's still going forward, the crops are still growing, but nothing's being done.
Yeah.
So like, I log in and all these fields are like 2nd harvest stage, getting close to 3rd harvest stage, and I'm thinking, I'm pleased I logged in, because otherwise half the crops might have withered.
Also strenuous, I mean, to entertain him. I had enough. I played with him probably 2 hours or maybe more, I don't know. And then I said, I have to do something else. That's why I started American Truck Sim.
Yeah.
Because I have fun playing it again. And then in the middle of that, I got a call from a colleague who wanted some talk. We were on the phone about half an hour, and I was still locked in Truck Sim. That's why I saw American Truck Sim. But then I thought I watched a movie with my wife, so I didn't go back. So I didn't play actually, maybe for half an hour. But I wanted to play Farm Sim, but with him it's no fun. So.
No, I kind of picked up on that the other evening.
No, I'm getting in this way. I'm getting rather silent, not talkative anymore, because I'm
Yeah.
so concerned about what can I do with him. What can I had the hope that we could really bring him to being a good helper for us, an equal worker, but it is not possible.
Now,
Because he just wants to have fun and play around and just doing odd jobs. Start this, and then after 5 minutes,
jump to
he doesn't
something
like
else.
it anymore. He wants to do something else.
No attention span. That's the problem with them these days. That's the problem with these kids today. No attention span. The Fortnite generation, as I call them.
Probably,
Or the TikTok generation. They can't play games like this because they get bored too fast.
Yeah, but in this case, it's not a game for him.
No.
Not even Truck Simulator is not a game for him.
I can't imagine how he plays Truck Sim. I really can't. Because he'd get like 5 minutes into a delivery and then he'd be like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Leave the trailer here. I'm going to go do something else.
Even
He'd
for me, it
never
takes
ever finish a job.
patience. Even for me, it takes patience. It's not so easy. I think not even for this small field the digestate lasts in long enough.
I'm forgetting to put the straw on. Oh, flip. That's 2 fields I've done now and I haven't done the straw. Yeah, I'm so distracted and not concentrating.
There's plenty of fields with straw. I mean, I don't know whether Jacob was on when Mr. Dingbat was on, or...
I don't think he was, not the other day. I didn't see him online the other day with Mr. Dingbat. When Mr. Dingbat was doing the mowing.
He's got the same issue that when Jacob is online, he doesn't go online.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's probably the feeling. I could definitely sense you were getting annoyed the other night, and I know you were probably too polite to say something, but I kind of picked up that you were getting annoyed, and especially the other evening when we'd literally only been playing for about half an hour, and then you said, right, I'm going to take a break now. Good night.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's only like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
You're normally on at least until like 11 or 12 o'clock every night.
Yeah.
So for you to call it good night that early, I was like, I think Mr. Helgi's fed up of someone.
I mean, if something else is going on that probably need my attention, but sometimes even if that happens and I'm having fun, I keep on playing.
Yeah.
But if I have an excuse not to play, then I take this excuse. I have other things to do as well.
Oh well, I'll just have to put an advert in the local press tomorrow. New farmer wanted. Previous one didn't pass his probation period.
And what I don't like is that people do some jobs and the field looks like patchwork afterwards. I mean, I see streamers, even in multiplayer, they play the game and they leave stripes unfertilized or stuff, or even mowing, leaving strips of plants standing and don't care. They don't care. I can't stand that. I mean, I even see you when you're on your Let's Plays and you miss a bit, Okay, I missed a bit. You drive all the way back?
Yeah.
To remove it.
And that's another thing, like as well, and I don't know whether you notice it as well, when other people are doing contracts, they do contracts, and as soon as they get the thing pop up on screen, contract complete,
Yeah.
they go into the menu, hit the button. Even
Yeah.
if half the field is still left to be done. Whereas, again, in my Let's Plays, I will carry on till I've actually done the whole field. And then I'll go contract complete.
No, depending how, in what mood I am, sometimes I also click, fuck off. Still, the field looks nice afterwards. Fine. But on our fields, I definitely don't do that. Definitely.
Boy, did I have some fun in games today. Fun and games. I had another issue with a machine today, a piece of equipment that was drifting, sliding.
Oh,
Not on this map, but on another map that I was playing on. I was trying to windrow a grass field, and the windrower was just had a mind of its own. It was just flapping about all over the place behind me.
okay.
Could not do the field with it. I was like, what is going on?
I like doing this field 32 with the GPS on. Made very nice straight lines. Didn't make a mess. And then on pops Mr. Jacob. I said, oh my God. I have to give him a task that he just go onto this field and tries to help me to windrow or something. Because with the windrow also I put GPS on to do nice lead rows.
I thought for a second there, as you started that story and you were like, oh, I really like doing field 32. I had the GPS on, I was mowing. And then you said, and then I thought you was going to say, and then up pops CWATTY, who's now going to plough the field. Who's going to plough my lovely field.
No. That's fine. That's fine. At least I harvested the grass before you did.
I was wondering if someone had cut the grass, because I was like, it looks like it's been cut, but
Yeah.
I was looking at the map and I was like, no, it can't have been cut. There's none of the players would have wanted to have mowed the grass on this field. No way. I says, and they certainly wouldn't have wanted to have collected it, because it's a big field.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, then with 1.5 rows, I think, over the length of the field, the loading wagon was full. So you had to drive 10 times, I think, or 8 times. And that's why
I know it sounds weird.
Jacob didn't want to do it because
I know it
it
sounds.
took so long.
It's a bit weird, but saying it. But if you're gonna do a grass field like that, and you're gonna sell the grass for silage purposes and what have you, it's almost better off. You'd be better off baling it, I think.
To sell the bales.
And sell the bales of grass to the BGA.
We have to sell it.
Because the bales hold more than the loading wagon. Plus, you could always buy a bigger trailer anyway, auto-loading trailer that holds more bales. Because obviously the bales are all 6,000 litres, so you can transport way more quantity of grass in bale form on a single trailer than you can do with a loading wagon. And the BGA will accept the bales. You can just drive through the trigger at the BGA, and it will suck the bales off the back of the trailer quite happily.
Well, I put it in the silage machine, and also in the digest stage a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah, it was ever so weird. No, just weird day. Weird things are occurring. Did you see that picture I put on Discord as well? Of my grass field? Yeah, today. What the straw add-on DLC did to my Lakeland Vale map.
Oh my god. Snow?
Yeah, it turned the mowed grass into snow. When I mowed the field, it turned it into snow. And I was like, what the hell? So I had to uninstall that add-on. I had to reload from a backup save game to get me grass back. And of course, I'd been sat there for ages anyway, because I mowed the grass. I left the grass all over the field for about a day, just lying on the field as it was. I then tedded it, and then I've left it for another couple of days, and I was like, it's not turning into hay. What's going on? Why is it not turning into hay? Why won't it dry? And I was like, oh, you know, I've never had much luck making hay with seasons on any map that I play. I don't know whether it's because I use like a geo or whatever, but I was like, I'm not having any luck with this. So I says, do you know what? I says, I think the best thing I can do is I'm just going to windrow the field, and then I'm going to pick it up with a loading wagon, and I'll be better off putting the grass into a hay dryer to make hay. So
definitely,
I started doing I started trying to do the windrow, and then I was having that problem with the windrower just sliding all over the place and making an it was actually doing a better job of spreading the grass further than it was at putting it into nice little rows. So it was doing the exact opposite of what I wanted. So I ended up having to switch to a different windrower to be able to do that. And then I started doing the loading wagoning. And I was like, well, this is going to take forever if I do a loading wagon. Why don't I do it in bale form? Because obviously I can do the bales, and then I can use one of the bale collector things to pick up the bales and take it and put it in the thing. So I thought, great. So I went and got a baler and then made all the bales. Weirdly, halfway through that process, some of the rows on my field turned to hay. So then I ended up with like a field that was half grass bales and half hay bales. And I was like, well, that's not a problem, because I can store the bales in my little bale shed that I've got on the farm, perfectly fine and happy and dandy.
And the BGA, what does it take? Hay bales as well?
Yeah. Well, I went to my little bale shed, and it turns out that my little bale shed only takes straw bales, hay bales, and silage bales. So putting the hay bales in it was perfectly fine, but then I was like, what am I going to do with the grass bales now that I'm left with? I was like, perhaps I ought to get a grass dryer. I still need a grass dryer or a hay dryer. So I went and bought one of those, placed it on my map.
Doesn't accept bales.
Doesn't accept bales, no.
Of course.
So then I was like, oh, fucking hell, now what am I going to do? And I was like, right, now I need a bale shredder to put the bales in, to turn it back into loose grass, so I can take the loose grass and put in the grass dryer. And then I did that, so I did that, and then I was like, okay, put some grass in the grass dryer. Why is it not turning to grass? Nothing's happening. The machine doesn't seem to even want to turn on. This is weird. And then I realised, oh, you've got to put diesel in this one. You've got to put diesel in this dryer that I'm using. So I was like, that fixes that. That solves that problem then. But yeah, talk about a complicated process today.
At least you didn't have to get some wood chips.
No, didn't need any wood chips. Or to be fair though, I probably have some in my silo on Lakeland Vale, because Stevie always gives you a little bit of everything to start with. He always gives you a few thousand litres of everything in the main farm silo on all of his maps. But the best thing was, I thought, oh, I need some diesel for this grass dryer. I know what I'll do. I'll go up to the lovely global market building, and I'll see if any farmers playing the game at the moment have got any diesel for sale, a bit cheaper than what it would be for me to buy it from the shop. So I went up there and bought myself 36,000 litres of diesel. Good price. Yeah, it worked. Very nice. I then went back. I went to the farm with the. I went to the global marketplace then with me fuel service truck, thinking, right, I'll fill that up and then take it back to the farm. My field service truck only accepts 1,875 litres of diesel at a time. So I'm like, ooh, that's going to take me about 14 trips to get all the diesel. And then when I got back to the farm, I took the field service trailer to the hay dryer, and it won't fill it. Because the field service truck will only let vehicles pull from it. You can't unload it. So I had to go and get a normal tank, a tanker trailer, and take that up to the place and fill that up with some diesel. But the good thing is...
restrictions.
But the good thing is at least my service trailer has got some diesel in it now. So when I start doing some more work with my tractors, I will be able to refuel them. As long as I remember to switch the pump on the trailer. Because you've got to switch the pump on first as well. Oh yeah, super realistic, that mod.
So that means the straw mod doesn't work, probably?
It will work on this map, I believe. I believe it should work properly on this map. Problem is, it doesn't work with maps that add extra things to the ground. Now, as far as I'm aware, we don't have any like extra crops or anything on this map, so it shouldn't affect us. But I know maps that have extra crops, and maps running with seasons where you have things like semi-dry grass and stuff like that, and snow, where it changes how many objects that can be on the ground, it causes massive issues with those. Our map should work okay, but I can't test it yet because I haven't done any straw again.
Yeah, I just thought about the chicken needs some food sometime. So I fed all the other animals, but
I've got some... Is it barley or wheat? I might have some wheat in my trailer. I can probably take my trailer there, fill them up, and then put the rest in the silo next to them anyway. I have put a display next to that silo today, so you can see what's in it, the one at the cows.
it's handy.
And I've changed all the inputs on it so you can see the most important stuff.
Because I should have filled up the line.
You probably did fill up with lime, but that field is quite big and you're probably going to use all the lime.
But I'm already at 10%, that can't be.
Might take you a few trips to put lime all over that field. I can't imagine how many...
plan for crop on this big field? Cotton.
Cotton, yeah. Cotton. It's got to be done at least once, just to, you know, just to remind us never to do it ever again. I did actually think I was actually going to use the train tool, and I was going to paint some ground in the middle of the field. And I was basically going to write on the field, so when you looked at it on the map, from the map screen, it was going to say Mr. Helge's Oats. And that field was going to be the oat field. For you to get your hundreds and millions of thousands of litres of oats from.
Make us millionaires.
But no, I was actually saying, as I was doing it, as I was ploughing it, I was like, I can imagine straight away after I've ploughed it and got the big super duper awesome Uber field done, I says I could see Mr. Helgi wanting to do sunflowers on it or something, because it says it'd look amazing. Great huge field of bright yellow sunflowers as you're driving round the map.
Or canola.
Or canola until it reaches harvest stage and then looks like rubbish.
I don't think I will fertilize this big field with the slurry spreader.
No. It might take you a few refills.
Yeah.
Might take a couple of refills. Again, I was sort of toying with the idea to myself when I was talking to myself earlier that we've got quite a lot of money, that it might be an investment to get an actual proper sprayer, like a Rubicon or something.
Yep.
Doing fertilising, spray
I was
fertilising.
surprised that the
Or the little
selling the digestate from the BJ did make us so much money. Price.
Has the price gone up on digestate?
Not sure. It was. I don't remember. It was 1,300.
1,697 at the minute.
It went. It was green when I sold it.
1,697. That's his current price.
So it even went up further.
Yeah. Wow. That's worth more than slurry and manure by a long way.
I mean, there are 174,000 in it. It's probably in the BJ.
Tell you what, herbicide's the business to be in. Look at the prices of herbicide. 2,480. Thousands. What about fertiliser? Liquid fertiliser, 2,139. Other normal fertiliser, 1,178. Prices. Even fuel's over 1,000 now. $1,000. I like it. Right, the chickens have been fed. Chickens have been fed. Tell you what, chickens are hungry little buggers now in the new version of Seasons. If you ever play the game with Seasons again, chickens are very hungry little buggers.
I think I can restrain myself.
I literally gave them a load of food. I gave them a full tank of food on Lakeland Vale today, and I gave them a full thing of water, and the next day they nearly ran out. A little message actually popped up on my screen to say, you do not have enough food to last the rest of the day. I was like, what? I says, I only fed them yesterday. How can they eat that much wheat in 24 hours?
Giant chicken.
I mean, the sheep are okay because they're on a great big grass field that they eat the grass on, actually. So I don't have to put too much grass into their little feed trough.
That's a good idea.
I only had to give them, like, the grass in their pen provided them with 80% food. So I only had to give them a little bit in their trough to make that 100. Man, they were hungry little blighters and chickens. Can't imagine. Oh, I dread to think what the pigs and cows are going to be like. Probably be a full-time job just doing that. Right, I need to harvest field 30 before I do field 27 and 25. because that's the one that's at the most growth. And probably leave the forage harvesting till tomorrow, as that's only on not single first stage yellow. That obviously needs 2 people. One to drive the truck and one to drive the harvester.
Can send Jacob an email to help you. Please come back.
Hey, honestly, if he could come back and play as good as you or Dingbat, or he's more than welcome to come back if he's able to come and play and get on and do a good job. Definitely, I have no issue with that. But
I'm pretty sure if he tries and if he wants to, he can do it. But he's just too bored.
But if he's just going to keep coming on the server and then we have to spend so many hours fixing everything that he's done, it just doesn't help anybody. I don't have enough time for it, or enough patience. I don't have a great deal of patience anyway. So if he was able to do a good job and he was able just to come on and work and go about his business, that causing too many distractions, he's more than welcome to play, as is anyone else. We're not here to babysit. And if you're not competent at playing the game, you perhaps need to spend a few thousand hours in single player learning how to play the game before you come on multiplayer.
But it's probably not. He's not able to do that in single player. Pretty sure.
I mean, I can't remember how many hours had I got in single player before I started the multiplayer.
Yeah, not only did I do a lot of work on single player, I also watched videos how to play the game.
Yeah.
Because it's the first farm sim game I'm playing. I didn't play 17 or 15. There are many ways to play the game, of course.
Yeah. No doubt about it. If you like I say, if you are playing single player, you're more than welcome to play the game how you want to play. If you want to walk about and be silly and stuff, that's fine. In single player, because it only affects you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But on multiplayer, you've got to be up to speed with everybody else.
It's also the social aspect. It's important. Talk to people and so. I mean, I don't mind if people don't want to come to Discord. It would be nicer to have somebody to talk to.
Exactly. Some people
they don't want
to, or don't want to put microphones on, and some people aren't comfortable about having their voice heard. Like if I'm streaming, people don't like having their voice broadcast to everybody. That's fine. I respect that decision. That's fine. And people like Little Legend and Dingbat who use the in-game chat, they use it for what they need to use it for, to ask a few little questions, but they're not hassling you every 5 seconds, you know.
And then it's the interaction. Can you actually play together? Can you accomplish something?
Yeah.
Like forage harvesting, it worked fine, even with Jacob.
Apart from when he drove the truck into the cows and got the truck stuck.
You always have to control him, what he's doing. That's the problem.
That's the thing.
It's okay, he did this, you have to check. That's not his teacher or his parent or whatever. You can only come to the server again with your parent.
Yeah,
parent checks what you do all the time. When When he takes the harvester from field 29, and then he does this field 6 harvest, that was fine. I took a trailer there that he can unload, and then comes back and he wants to do field 22 with the same header. Said it's the wrong header. You have to take the corn header. Then he drives the harvester back to the main farm and takes the other wants to take the other harvester with the corn header.
Yeah.
And I blocked his way that he couldn't get out. And typed, please take the other harvester back to field 29 with the header, change the header to corn header. And all that by typing in chat.
Yeah.
And I have better things to do than typing all these details to him because he wants to do something
that's
different.
kind of the thing I just didn't understand this evening. Like I say, if okay, he's harvested field 6, which was canola. Why didn't he use the harvester from the farm to do that?
Yeah.
And leave the other harvester on field 29, which would have been closer.
I didn't know which one he took. I just thought he takes the harvester from the main farm, but he didn't, obviously. I noticed only later.
Using.
Because I was mowing the grass.
And then, like I say, tonight, he's watched me struggle to bring the harvester back and the header and the trailer and put the header on the trailer properly, the right way round, then get the trailer back and get it all the way over to field 29, park it back up. And then he literally must have jumped in it 2 seconds later, drove it onto field flipping 12, and then he just left it there. Like I say, I started to harvest field 7 and 12, I got round the field, and then suddenly there's a harvester in my way. I'm like, huh? Where's this harvester come from? I was like, and I was convinced she'd bought another one, a third harvester. So I was like, I've put mine back on field 29, so this must be an extra harvester. They must have bought a new one. And then I jumped in it.
One thing that I would buy would be a loading wagon, the second one, not the third harvester, definitely. I don't think we need a third harvester.
Why not just use the harvester that's at the farm? Why keep dragging the harvester all the way across the bloody map?
Because you can't remember where the things are.
I'm not surprised if he never puts them back in the right place.
Yeah. He also left the truck in the middle of the farm. I'd drive it back. But I'm doing it now, but it's still annoying me. But he doesn't recognize that. Obviously somebody in his household is cleaning up after him all the time. And he's used to it.
Well, I will admit the other night I parked the digestate truck in the main farm. I did. I parked it in a space there.
Yeah.
And I did that because the actual area near the digesters and stuff, the area near the digesters and everything was getting that full of tractors.
Yeah.
Because again, every time Mr. Jacob used a tractor, whether it was the little fertiliser or the sprayer, he'd park them there. So you got all the tractors parked with the trailers and the loading wagon, then you got the little fertiliser, you got the sprayer, you got the 2 tractors with the ploughs. I was like, there's no bloody room here. That's why I kind of put the digestate truck in one of the little cubby holes at the main. I was like, well, there's all these empty all these empty spaces. I might as well put something in one of them.
I found it. I was looking for it and then I found it.
Because I think I used it to empty the slurry out of the cows and pigs, and I brought the slurry up and put in the little fertiliser machine at the farm to make some dry fertiliser. And then I thought, well, it's empty, I might as well leave it empty for whatever reason, whether we need to do any more slurry. I thought, well, I won't fill it all with digestate just yet in case anybody wants to use it for anything else. So I parked it at the farm and left it empty. my phone on watching some Twitch channels, and it's obviously just twitched over, automatically twitched itself over, and it's gone on to Lando's channel. And he's playing F1 2019, which is rather funny because he uninstalled it. He uninstalled it the other night when it crashed on him again and didn't let him into the race, the proper race thing. He uninstalled it live on stream, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, somebody from the Formula One people have contacted him about that. So he's had to reinstall it. He didn't stream on Monday and he didn't stream yesterday. I think he got a bit of a telling off from people in charge of the sport.
Where do you want to put the straw in the car silo?
Straw?
Yeah. I also gave them some straw.
The
there was some
silo.
straw in it.
Straw in the cow silo. I get confused now because now obviously we have two cow silos. Now we've got a cow silo on the other field next to field 32 and 22 and that, because I bought that land.
But we don't have cows.
I think the cows actually if you put the cows in the pen, I think they would actually be wandering around on what is field 21. Because I was looking at the fencing, and I think they wander around on that area.
Yeah, that's where the feeding stuff is.
Yeah.
The water drop.
So I think like the cows we've got that wander around on that grassy area, and like the sheep wander around on their grassy area. I think field 21 is for the cows of Hill Farm. There's also a random sheep pen where field 23 used to be. You've probably seen that as you were doing the lime spreading. I was kind of curious what would happen if I bought some sheep, whether they would then be like wandering all over our field.
Yeah.
They'd be like free range sheep.
Yeah.
You have to keep shifting them out of the way every time you want to do a harvest or want to do some ploughing.
Coming with the loading wagon, but first I need to put a proper tractor to it.
What a tractor? Oh, is there
Can go up and down the field.
There we are.
I mean, a 920, that was an 800, and I struggled on the grass field. Yeah.
Tempted. I must admit, I was tempted to buy myself a big tractor today. Big tractor. What track?
Of course, you can't see that we have more than 1 million. Can't see the money. Sees the money and then, oh, what can you buy? What can you... Choose more fertilizer.
Need more fertilizer?
Produce more fertilizer. That you can sell it and make more money.
That's what I'm using the slurry for at the minute. But I must admit, looking at them herbicide prices, I think we ought to maybe get into herbicide production. I reckon we should maybe have a bit of a look at maybe doing that one day. Get a couple of the machines somewhere where we can do urea production and acetic acid, and then the herbicide making machine.
Hope we have enough space for that. Because that's what you said on your Let's Play farm in the Lake Vale, or what's it called? Yeah.
Lakeland Vale.
Lakeland Vale. But there is so much space for placeables. That's the
well, there is, and that's the good thing about that map. You've got that area right at the top of the map where all the sell points are. You've got a load on the right hand side where there's literally just big concrete areas designed just for putting placeables on, which is fantastic.
They put a whole farm there.
Yeah, and then he also, at the farm, he gives you that great big concrete area.
Not bothering in flattening area and stuff.
Gives you that great big concrete area at the farm, and then even at where the cow pen is and the pig pen is, there's a lot of area around those that you can put the machine specific to those animals there, so you're not having to use them in other areas. So the only problem I might run into, and I was talking about this actually today as I was recording, is that I might not have enough buildings. I might not actually have enough buildings to fill the areas. And I says the problem is that a lot of the buildings are it's like the same building that just does a different thing. So like the fermenting silo looks exactly the same as the grass dryer, which looks exactly the same as the TMR maker, which looks exactly the same as the pig maker. And I says I don't really want to put 4 buildings on the map that all look the same.
You did a map review, and then you also did some global company buildings, where you said they are so huge, they take so much space, and you could fit 3 onto one big you might take one of those to fill a whole concrete area with one factory.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Those areas at the top of that, on the top of that map, I said that's going to be perfect for me to put the organic fertilizer factory on one of those spaces. I could put the diesel factory on another one of those spaces. I'm sure there's something else as well there of Stevie's mods that I can put on one of those big spaces. So they're out of the way. They're there for me to use, but they're not at the main farm where they look a bit out of place. But a lot of the little buildings, it's like I'm looking around now to see who makes all these other little buildings that I can put on the map, so I don't have to use the same type of buildings, the ones that look the same. Like I don't want my grass dryer to look the same as my fermenting silo or my pig food machine. I want different looking machines, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I want every machine to look different, be different. So I need more mods.
And there, I'm sure, are mods for that. Hey, I could pick up the whole straw from one field in one loading right now. Unbelievable.
Awesome.
And I'm 98% full.
How much cow food have we got at the farm? Does it tell us? That 216,619.
Yeah, it could be.
Cow food's a good price. We could maybe sell some cow food from this machine. Because this machine's full of cow food at the minute. It stopped making anymore because it got full. And I'm going to take 60,000 litres out of it, which means there's still going to be 190,000 litres in it. Selling some cow food could be a good profit maker as well.
Did you have an issue with putting straw in the cow shed the other day?
I couldn't fit my trailer in there, so I don't think I did any straw. I brought the loading wagon, and I remember I bumped into the thing.
I think it was the small one, yeah.
Yeah, so what I did, I thought,
you cannot drive in there.
Yeah.
I mean, they have straw, but you can open the doors, that you know, right?
Yeah, you can open them doors, I know that, but you still can't drive in there with the trailer.
Even fast? No,
it's too big. Work. No, what I tend to do with the straw, when I've got the little trailer...
I took the small trailer.
Yeah, well, I use if I put straw in there, I use the little trailer or I use the telehandler, but I don't use these doors here. I don't bother opening these.
Yeah.
And faffing about. What I do is I come down the side of the cow pen, and then once I get to the hedge, I go through the hedge. I then
Okay,
I just
other side.
I just go into this little bit that's already open on this side,
Yep.
and I tip it here.
Yep. That's clever.
Just a shame you've got the barbed wire on this side, so you can't cut back through. It wouldn't be so bad if those gates were like the same as the gates on the pig trough thing, the pig pen. Because then with the telehandler, you could just put the bucket over it and tip in through the space and tip the straw in.
And from this side, it's also not possible.
You could do. You could put it in from there, yeah.
Is it high enough?
With the telehandler, you could get in there. You wouldn't be able to get in there with a trailer. The big trailer, you'd be able to get in there with a telehandler.
Looks higher. Is it higher from this side? Not sure.
No, it's not. Same height all the way through.
You changed your... Yeah, you're not anymore
I'm not Dolores Fluffermuffin
is
anymore.
Dolores. Just... Oops. Where I'm stuck.
I'm not Fluffily Boffin.
No, that should be exclusive for your Let's Play. No, too high.
No, I made my character the angry-looking black guy because I thought maybe Jacob would leave him alone. No, he still hassled me the minute I logged in.
Yeah, but what you could really do is the transport belts for these cleaning areas.
The little we could do with a couple of the little conveyor belts. You're exactly right.
Maybe put them on a loading wagon and bring it over. Yeah, and the Rubicon would be nice. Ah, I love Rubicon.
No, the Rubicon's a bit big. At 48.5 meters, it's a little bit on the big side.
Why is it so big?
I thought maybe that little green and orange star thing.
Yeah, they're really big.
Little green and orange one. 27 meters wide, so that's still fairly big. Because I think it only sprays at 12 kilometers an hour though. That's the problem. It's a little bit slow at spraying.
Yeah, the Rubicon is much
Faster.
So one spray of a field. Go back and forth, maybe overkill. What's the multicolor? Does it spray different?
You can change the colours on it, so you can get it with nice class green roof, back, and wheels.
Well, it's got a 12,000 litre tank.
Yeah, it's big.
And the little
tank
one has
on
only 5,000.
Some GPS. I mean, it's only going to cost you 506,000 of your 1 million bucks to buy one. It's only money, right? It's only money. Buy one of them. Wanted some little conveyor belts, didn't we? What colour should the pig one be?
Pink.
Pink for the pigs? Fair enough. Or do we need another one for anything else? Sheep?
Yeah, pigs, sheep and cows.
Sheep.
Pig,
white
chicken.
for the sheep, for wool. And the cows? What colour for the cows?
Brown,
Brown.
blue, whatever.
Brown for the cows. Right, there's 3 of those then, as well at the store.
3.
Yeah.
And for the sheep?
Got one for the sheep, got one for the pigs, got one for the cows.
And the chicken?
I didn't bother getting one for the chickens because they've got that tiny little pen.
They don't do a big
They
mess.
don't make a big mess. And you can clean that up quite quickly with the little vacuum cleaner thing. Their overspill.
Oh, the sprayer we have is already 21 meters. The Deltis Coon.
Well, the good thing is now
So-
you can leave that Deltis set up to either be weed killer or just weed
Yeah.
killer only.
So you want to take a trailer to pick up the belts or loading the autoloader with a forklift tractor?
Yeah, I think you can get them on that, can't you? On the low loader, on the pallet trailer, I think.
Yeah, you can.
Because if you fold the
You
back
need
down,
to-
don't the little ramp bits come out of it? The little wheel things for driving stuff up. Pigs ate all my food. I did.
I think I'll take this tractor that in case I need the forklift to put it on.
The bale spike.
Can you change the design of the little thingy? Or maybe I put it in it. They don't fall out. Let's see.
Bale fork. Interesting.
Or I will rent a forklift.
Rent a forklift while you're there. Stack them and drop them in the trailer.
That was where was that? Where you had a forklift parked at a selling place or something, where you could buy bales. Where was that? It was there for use.
Off Bergman, wasn't it? On their map, they
That
had little
was-
forklifts.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
They had little forklifts that you could jump in.
Yeah. Making the cheese.
Taking all your dead
Yeah,
animals to the Skinner place.
Oh yeah.
I discovered this great thing last night, I must admit, as I was wandering around the map to check to make sure all the bits that I'd edited in the editor, like field 42 and stuff, were working. I discovered that if you come up really close to the cows, that look,
What happened then?
I am disguised as a cow.
What?
Disguised as a
Let me open
cow.
the stream. Hold on, hold on.
Perfectly camouflaged. Blending in.
Hold on. Wow. You can walk inside the cows.
I've always said I wanted to be a cowboy. Hi, cow.
They are hollow. They are fake.
Fake hollow cows.
Get
yeah.
a refund.
Give us a refund. Fake hollow
And I
cows.
think they have nicely animated these. Looks nice. That's why don't understand why they put not non-moving cows in some fields.
Exactly. Exactly. Or, I don't understand why it is that if you get a certain distance away from the field, they suddenly freeze. Like they're playing that game where you have to stop when the music stops. And if you move, you're out. And then when you get back close to the pen again, they start moving again. I hope that's something that Giants can improve on in the next farm sim. The
I don't
animals.
remember when I'm in the shop, I can modify the trailer, right? So it costs.
Should be able to modify the trailer. I don't think there's anything you can do to that trailer to modify it though. I don't think it's got any options.
Put the sides up.
I don't think you can make that trailer any bigger, any higher. That little one.
Yeah, maybe more flat.
I don't think you can take the sides off it either.
Let me see.
Besides, you need the sides to stop the conveyor belts falling out.
I think I need a strong farm for that. It will not be possible with the forklift. Or very, very, very difficult.
Well, it'll be very difficult to do it with the one you took because that's not a forklift, that's a bale grabber. It's got spikes on it, not forks.
Destroys the belts.
Maybe your better bet would have been to took the thing from over at the other farm, the one that's got the straps on it, and put the straps on the conveyor belts and seen if you could have lifted them into the trailer with the straps. If
buy one.
If the straps pick them up. Or the other option, of course, is just to grab yourself a Manitou forklift, lease one of them at the store, one of them, and see if it'll let you. I don't know if you can tip over that, can you? Straight up and down.
Where did you get the cylinders? The Manitou. Might work. Can rent one. Does it need GPS?
I don't think so, unless you're planning to get lost at the shop.
Where is it? Hello. Check GPS. Oh, look at the small thing. It's a very tiny one. Hello. I don't fit in. No, I don't. Oh, oops. She fits in.
I've got a feeling I went to the silo then and put all the pig food in the silo at the cow place, and I meant to put it in the actual pigs. Just looking at the meters thinking, those meters don't seem to have gone up at all. And I've just put loads of food in. Need to come down.
It's not staying on, it's tipping over.
I need to remember what I need to put in these. Need some soybeans, sunflowers or canola. I can fetch some of that. Because I'm going to be good. A real farmer someday.
Hope we can get it off again when we have it on.
Oh, it's not a problem getting it off. I can always strong arm it off once it's back at the farm if need be.
I can't get it high enough to get it in. Forklift doesn't go high enough.
No, you probably should have maybe got a telehandler with some long forks on it.
Can I actually Put the sides down or something?
No, you can't put the sides
Hey,
down.
am I strong? Am I strong? I can't be. Am I a strong farmer?
Are
Okay,
you?
I can lift the trailer.
Really?
Yeah,
That might be
I
that,
go there,
because that
grab the
trailer is the
trailer.
cheat trailer. Because it's classed as the cheat. It probably doesn't have any mass. Doesn't have any weight, probably. Even when it's full of crop, it probably doesn't have any weight or mass to it.
I'm strong.
Yeah, you're strong, Helgi. That's the reason why. You just believe that. You believe that. That's fine. You won't break his little heart. Breaking.
Can even lift the belts up.
Awesome.
Now, I can now jump in. Oops, and there it is.
Oh, flipping hog fooey. I wish I could read what it says on the screen half the time when I'm looking at it. Drive up to the silo and I think, wow, I've got 224,000 litres of sunflowers. I'll take some of that.
22,000.
Yeah, only 22,000 in the end. I was like, I'd have been better off taking the canola or the soybeans.
I wonder if I'm able to drive with this stuff.
It's got a trailer filled with
It's
3
good that
conveyor
Jacob
belts.
isn't here to see us.
Yeah, we'd be setting a bad example to him.
Hey, I'm flying. I think I'm flying.
He's flying,
You know,
flying.
I was lifting up the belt and I was standing on the belt. You know that? I was lifting myself up being on the belt. Yes, I can fly.
He was doing the Hogwarts broom trick. That's what he was
I
doing.
can fly. You know this trick?
Yeah. I've had it happen a few times in some of my Let's Play videos when I was like moving like the wool and stuff at the sheep or moving pallets of eggs. I'd pick the pallet up, I'd start running forward, and the next minute I'd be getting higher and higher and higher.
You're standing on it.
Because you're standing on it, and then the minute you stop, the pallet goes flying off into the distance.
Maybe I put the Rubicon on top of it. Yeah. So if I return it now and say I don't pay rent, I only had it for 10 minutes. I think, is it still valid in the game?
No, only works with seasons. That does, doesn't it? Only works with seasons.
But it's brand new. I didn't even use it. Sure, they give me a refund. I can ask. Excuse me, I only had it for 5 minutes and it's brand new. I didn't use petrol.
Hey, well,
Okay.
that was one thing I did. I'm
they don't
pleased
let
I
me
kind
sell
of
it.
thought about today. When I was having that issue with that windrower on Lakeland, I thought to myself, right, I'm just going to sell this because it's not working properly. And I went into the menu and I was about to sell it, and I suddenly thought, oh, hold on a minute, how much am I getting if I sell it? And it was like 51,000. I was like, pretty sure I paid more than that for it. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it back to the shop.
Watch out. I returned it and it did cost nothing.
No?
Because I asked to. So please continue what you were saying.
I took my windrower back to the shop and sold it at the shop, and I got 70-odd thousand for it. So I was like, that's a bit sneaky. If I just go into the menu and sell it, I lose 20 grand. Yeah, if I actually take it back to the store, I get the full money back.
Okay.
They're crafty flippers, aren't they, them store people? I suppose they're saying, we're only going to give you 50 grand because we've had to come and fetch it. They charge you a collection
Yeah, I
fee or
couldn't.
something, but I was like, no, I'm not having that. I says,
What happens if I close the cover? Will it hold it together?
might do, or it might knock everything out.
Yeah, you can tip side. No.
Tip sideways, tip everything out. Tip everything out when you get back to the farm, yeah. Unload here. Force unload
The
it.
thing is, I couldn't sell it. Oops, it's one is off. Shit.
Force
Not
unload
working.
the trailer at the farm out the other side so all the belts fall out. And then you haven't got to struggle.
Oh my god. Everything flipped off. Everything flipped off.
I believe that shop was going to try and steal 20 grand off of me. When literally all I'd done was driven this windrower down one edge of a field, had it go sliding all over the place and acting crazy on me, and then I was like, yeah, done, can't use that, doesn't work. I don't believe that should take, you know, like 25 grand off the price. So, at least I took it back to the store and sold it at the store, because then they had to give me my full money back. But I don't understand why the windrower was giving me so many issues. Why it was doing that sliding stuff about, because I've used it before on other maps. And it's worked fine in the past. It worked fine on Fenton Forest. So, I really have no idea. Unless there's something really, really wrong with my game. And that's why everything's sliding. It's not the actual mods. It's my game that's broke. Maybe that potato harvester was perfectly fine.
Yeah. I can't do it. Why am I stuck now?
Do it. Have belief. Have the belief, Mr. Helgi.
Unbelievable.
The belief.
Unbelievable.
But I'm gonna have a drive over and see where he is. See what kind of pickle he's got himself into. Haven't found him yet, so he must only be on the main road.
I'm on the shop at the shop.
Shop?
Yeah.
You've driven back.
Because I couldn't. When I'm close, it's just opening the doors. Hey, junk. They keep falling off. I think in the meantime I would have carried it home. See, I managed to put one in.
way to do this. Line that up in the front. Oh. Oh, fell off. I'm gonna go here. And ta-da! Oh, he's gonna knock the brown one out. He's gonna knock the brown one out.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Okay.
What have I picked up? Oh, disaster. I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Where are you?
I'm in the tractor, I think. Yes! I somehow got in the tractor without being in the tractor. I think it works better on my trailer. My trailer's got steeper sides. Need to get a little bit lined up like this. Walk up the way onto the roof. Oh, what? Onto the roof. Oh. Not good.
Why can't I lift the tractor? This doesn't get back.
Oh, no! I thought I'd put it down. Struggling. Now I'm stuck again. No, I want to be in that one.
I reset one, but where is it?
Oh.
Where is it when I reset it? Should be here, huh?
It'll be round the side. It'll be round the side. It'll be round the side of the shop.
Oh.
Look at that. I've got two of them.
Good one.
Now I've got to get them back to the farm without losing them. Under this one. Camera keeps going funny as I go under the trees. Me. Didn't run anybody over. I'm okay. Me. Run anybody over? Oh well, thank you, camera. It's not like I need to see where I'm going. Stupid disabled collision camera mod. It must be a disaster now if I crashed into the sea. Probably going to bet I can't force unload these, so I'm going to have to get in the trailer and throw them out somewhere. Oh. Now, if there was ever a time when we could use Mr. Jacob to tip a tractor over, now would be the perfect time. Now we'd be able to get these out. Hold there for a second. Right, let's go up on the roof. See if I can lift these out. I managed it. Oh, look how fast these are. They're fast. We've reached the maximum trough capacity to feed the pigs for 10 days. Okay, so I'll have to leave that mess there. White ones for the sheep, if I remember right.
Thing.
Back to the farm, yeah? He actually got his on the trailer yet.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm back here at the farm.
Are you?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there, he's behind me, look. He's behind me. Snuck in when I'm
Trying to
unlocking.
steer this thing. Can't steer it. Does it not steer?
Yes, you got to fold it.
Huh?
Make sure it's the machine's unfolded. Have the triangle thing pointing up in the air. Like that, look at that
So
go.
which direction do you want to put it?
It can go anyway, as long as you, because you're only going to be driving forwards and backwards in there, aren't you? Being the pen when it's switched on.
And then you do, like that. Okay. Perfect.
Wondering if it might be a better idea when it's not in use. Steer very well, this. Maybe back it round that corner. And then at least you can still drive through when you need to fill them up with food.
Yeah.
It's not so bad on the pigs because there's still an area you can reverse into here to fill. And same with the sheep. There's still plenty of room. Drive that forward even if you want. Or if you park it in the into the water trough at this point. Loads of room. Still get food in there. Oh, they don't want food. No food for the cow. Sheeps. They've got plenty of grass. They're all right.
Let's do some harvest.
Harvesting. What harvesting do you want to do?
Yeah, we need to do 27, 25.
Well, I've got a trailer. The harvester's parked next to the field.
Oh, you can do harvest as well. I mean, two people harvest.
I've harvested loads of fields tonight.
Yeah, but I'm already in another harvester.
Oh no, he's in another harvester.
Because we have 3 now.
We have 3 now.
No, we don't.
Third harvester from. That's crazy.
What this means? Straw.
I'm not going to do it on the headland.
There is only headland on this field.
Right, I'll turn around.
Do it. Don't do it on headland, you just get 1 strip off.
I mean, don't do it. If you don't do it on the headland, you only get 1 strip. There must be plenty.
Yeah, because there's not much field left.
It's massive. And you're doing a headland too, and then there's no field left. You're quite right. Could do with some grain cart drivers now.
Lazy bastards.
Oh no, we sacked him. No, we didn't sack him, he threw a strop, I think, because I was ignoring him. Threw a paddy.
And he goes to the doctor and says, "Doctor, people ignore me."
Next.
please.
Please. I am going to have to, at this point, stop. I need to be emptied.
Oh,
99%. Driving the wrong way around the field, so the pipe's on the wrong side. I started driving the right way around the field, but then because somebody was driving towards me, I turned round, even though they were driving.
was that
the
somebody
wrong
who drove in the wrong side?
That was the person driving in the wrong direction, yeah.
Yeah, could be.
But then again, maybe that's how he always drives when he's doing oats.
It's a bio oat. Yeah.
Probably
Then on
planted
the
the
pack
oats.
you
He
can
probably-
say, on the pack you can say this is a counterclockwise harvested oat. Special bio.
It wouldn't surprise me if he planted these oats the wrong way round as well. Honestly. If he can harvest the field the wrong way round, there's a good chance he's whoa!
No crop destruction.
No, stopped. I stopped. Just about. The brakes weren't brilliant, but I did stop. Well, there is I meant to tell you the other day, I found a mod the other day that I thought you might actually like. It's not
It's an oat harvest.
No, it's not an oat harvester, and it's not, you know, terribly fancy or flashy mod. It's a tiny little mod. And what it does, something that's really, I think, quite useful for a lot of people, it's that when you go into the menu, and you're looking at the screen which tells you all the crop prices and stuff, it actually, just below the picture, puts the name in words of what the crop is.
That's good.
It says wheat under wheat, barley under barley. And what I think's really cool about it, it even works with modded maps that add extra crops, and it puts the names on for them too.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I thought that's the kind of thing Mr. Helke would like. Sometimes you can't tell what the pictures are.
Yeah, I mean you have to check, especially wheat and barley.
Very similar
I
looking.
mean, oat is of course distinguished.
And when you get to that bit with TMR silage and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No clue what it is.
All those pictures, they just look like a jigsaw puzzle that's fallen to bits. Right, I'm going to have to stop there, because again, I'm nearly full.
I'll get the grain card. Can't run as fast, but I can I lift it? Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Mr. Helge's got super arms.
How
Arms.
do I get out of it?
Arms.
Who gave me super strength?
Maybe it was a radioactive spider.
Yeah. Or it's kryptonite.
Well, that would have the opposite effect. That would kill you.
Only if you had super strength, but I don't. So it gave me strength. So where do you want to put the oat, except for selling?
Go and sling... Tell you what would be really useful. Go and sling it in the pig food machine. One trailer load of it.
Yeah.
Sling it in the pig food machine and we can turn it into
We
some
definitely
pig
need.
food. Turn it into some pig food at the pig food machine. finish this row. I started. Put my straw harvester on. Right.
Dunded.
Dunded. Part of this field to be dunded.
Oh, I need to go to bed. It's 12 o'clock. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's got late. 11 for me.
We need the other grain card. Maybe.
Left on the shed. Need both the grain carts tomorrow for doing the poplar harvest.
You may call me leg arm now.
Leg arms. Leg arms, Helgi. Oh. I got folded.
Wonder when it stops spitting out straw when you drive. So you watched Mario Hirschfeld?
Yeah.
With the new mod.
It's Mario.
I watched him for a while. And the funny thing is that when I started watching him, I didn't know how he looks like. And I had a different picture of him in my head. And then when I saw him in real life with his eyes going in all directions, you know, I couldn't watch these videos anymore. But then he also started mod reviews and mod, instead of playing farm sim. It's fun. I mean, you can do it from time to time. Just do a mod review or something. But he also started this competition farm sim thing.
FSL, what the league?
Participated in this. It's so great. It's so great. Bullshit. It's not great. It's bullshit. Minutes line.
I just saw the name and saw Mario Hirschfeld and I thought, oh, Call of the Wild, Hirschfelden.
Yeah.
I says, that's totally a made-up name, that is. That's got to be a fake name.
I'm not so sure, but probably. Just put it down, I didn't unfold it. Yes, they also started multiplayer farm sims, like map crashing, they called it. Map crushing.
Right?
How fast can you get everything done on a map, you know, with many people? And extreme mods also. I didn't like it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sound like the guy in My Summer Car when he gets tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finish bubbling. This big finish.
I watched a couple of clips today on my Twitch channel. Somebody had obviously, when I'd been streaming that game in the past, somebody had made like had saved like some little 30-second clips, like little 30-second highlights, and I'd never seen them before, so I was watching them today. There's one where I was at the store and I filled the shop up with fireworks, and then I threw a firework in the door and set all the fireworks off in the whole shop. That was quite a cool clip. And then there was another bit where I was putting a sofa. For some reason, I was putting a sofa at the shop. I think so you could sleep there, because I think you could sleep on this sofa. It gave you some place to rest beside, obviously, your own house. And whilst I was placing the sofa at the shop, the guy who owns the shop come out the shop and got on his little bicycle. And I assume he was going to be cycling home at the end of his work day. But those two guys that drive the two, like, cars, they're like the racer cars, were doing their donuts outside the front of the shop, and one of them knocked him off his bike and killed him. Which I thought was quite funny. And then there was another clip that someone did where I was driving the van, I think it was, and I lost control, went off the road, hit a tree, and my character died because he went through the windscreen, along with all my shopping and everything.
Chris, I call it a night.
Okay then, Mr. Helgi.
Good night.
See you tomorrow, sir. Good night.
See you.
I just quickly empty the trailer into the silo. And that means we've got poplar harvesting tomorrow. And then it'll be a case of getting all the fields re-prepped, replanted. Got a new sprayer at the store to do some fertilising with. I need to get a liquid digest fertilising machine. What I could do, if we emptied those grass bales out of the bale shed thing, and then straw bales, and got rid of them, we could get rid of those two bale storage places. Maybe put a few little things there, like a liquid fertiliser maker. And I would like to get into that whole... I don't know if I added them. I might not have got them, actually, come to think about it. The herbicide production. Apart from the crappy ones, I'm not a big fan of these. Bit messy. But to tried the new ones with the urea and acetic acid and everything. I think that would have been quite nice. Anyway, I'm not going to take these back to the shop, the farm. I'm going to park these over here. In fact, actually, I'm going to take them up and put them next to the field that we're going to do the poplars on tomorrow. That probably makes more sense. Obviously, straw to collect or bale or do whatever with. We haven't tried out the straw harvest add-on yet. Maybe we should give that a whirl. Boom, 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 boom. Look at the trees. Gonna harvest them. Gonna get some wood chips for our hay dryer. It's gonna be fantastic. Be doing that tomorrow. So I'm gonna save the game at this point. Thank you to everybody who has tuned into tonight's stream. Thank you. I will hopefully be in a slightly better mood tomorrow than I was tonight at the start of the stream. I want to thank Mr. Helgi because he has actually cheered me up a little bit. By playing tonight, he's actually helped me get over the crap day I was having. So thank you, Mr. Helgi. And I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye for now, everybody.